Hello everyone and welcome to my review of the Ultra Act Golza. This is one of the very few kaiju to be released in the Ultra Act line, and this particular one is a Bandai Premium Web Shop exclusive. So let's take a look at whether or not you should add this pricey collectible into your collection. The sculpt of Golza is absolutely beautiful, I think. If you look all throughout the figure, there is this nice texturing that's found on the actual grayish yellowish parts of Golza. Reminds me very much so of a rock surface because you have all of these little cracks, all these little crevices, all these bumps. It just looks amazing. And it's also carried out with the face too. The face reminds me sort of a snake, but you know, it looks cool. The mouth, it's got a tongue in there. That's pretty much it. The teeth look fine. And the rest of the body has these little bumps all over it, and the skin is nice and bumpy, scaly. Definitely does remind me of a lizard, and they even went to the extent of even sculpting the other side of the tail. Everything sculpted on Golza, and it looks pretty awesome. Probably my favorite sculpt to date in the Ultra Act line. Now, unfortunately, in this department, the paint of Golza, I don't think it's too great. Now you have these absolutely amazing parts here on the body that are painted in this nice green, yellowish, brownish color, and there are no complaints. It works really well with the sculpt, and it really brings out this nice, rugged look. Now, the first issue that I want to bring up is the face. The eyes, most specifically. They're not perfectly aligned. One eye looks up, the other eye looks forward. Yeah, it kind of sucks. The next issue is you can really see it clearly on his hands. The blue overall on the body, it looks fine enough, but there's this brushing, dry brushing that's done in this green color, and unfortunately in some spots, most specifically the hand here, and you can even see on the arm, some parts on the tail, it looks like it's overdone, and I don't think it comes off too great. Another issue that really shouldn't plague a web exclusive, these silver dots that are on Golza, they don't match up entirely with where the sculpting actually is on the figure. Even some of them aren't even completed, which is a bit of a disappointment. But overall, aside from those issues, there really isn't much more to be desired from with the paint. So, sculpt, it's absolutely amazing. Like I said, one of my favorites in the Ultra Act line. The paint could have been done a little bit better. So how is Golza's articulation? Well, it's about what you would expect for an Ultra Act kaiju. The mouth, it's on a ball joint. You can see lots of moving around here. Wiggles. The head is on a ball joint. The shoulders are on a ball joint, each one. And the arms are actually separate pieces that are connected on a swivel. And mine like to fall off on occasion. Elbows on a hinge. And you can get some real distance with these. That's pretty nice. Pretty straight down. The hands are on a swivel hinge combo. As you can see here. It's pretty cool. The body of Golza is split right at about the halfway point on a ball joint, but unfortunately it's pretty restrictive. So you can turn it side to side, you can't really go forward and back, but it does appear to be on a ball joint. The thighs, they're attached to the hips on a ball joint. This one's pretty loose on mine. Knees are on hinge, and the feet are on ball joints. It goes without saying, the tail. Ball joints all throughout, and it does come detached in the box, and you get that. It is a little bit loose right here at this section on mine, and yeah, likes to come off. Pretty annoying, But the, what are you going to do, excuse really doesn't fly here, because there are other monsters that Tamashii Nations has released. That's not even an issue. So, articulation for Golza. It's good. It fits. There's nothing else that I could really suggest to make it better, except maybe actually make the torso have a workable ball joint instead of left, right, and slightly moving forward and back. Unfortunately, Golza's accessories for me are a bit of a mixed bag. He doesn't come with too much, and what he comes with, it's a 50-50 split between great and leaves more to be desired, and he comes with 2 accessories. First one I'll go over is the Guts Wing 2. As you can see here, the paint, I don't think it looks too great, and it's very, very shiny. An example of why I don't think the paint is too great, you can definitely see a bit of paint bleed here on the wing. You can see the yellow going outside of where the yellow should be. Not a big fan of that. Also, I think it's mold release, but mine is very, very slimy and very oily. Not a big fan of that. Kind of concerned. I mean, I could take care of it, but I gotta go through the process of actually washing this and scrubbing this, and it's a pain. I don't think it should happen in the first place, but, you know, it is what it is. Underside, pretty much next to no detailing, and there's also a hole here for the Stage Act arm to go into. So if you have a Stage Act arm, it plugs in just fine and dandy. Unfortunately, Golza doesn't come with one, and that doesn't make too much sense to me as to why it wouldn't. That's the Guts Wing 2 in a nutshell. Now there is an actual accessory for Golza itself. This part here of the head, it comes off, and his beam effect goes on. It's a nice translucent plastic. There was a little yellow paint there at the tip where it looks like it's hitting something. It's pretty neat. I mean, there's really no complaints except for maybe a bit longer. That would have been nice. So that's everything that Golza comes with, and for me, like I said, it's a mixed bag. The Guts Wing 2, I think it's could have just easily been omitted from the release. The beam effect, nice. Could be a bit longer, though. Chances are, if you're looking to pick up Golza, he's not going to be the only release that you have, and you're probably going to have other Ultra Acts or other Kaiju releases in general. So first up, here's his buddy Red King. In terms of scaling, I say that's pretty nice. They're both between 6 and 7 inches tall, so you have a general idea of how much space to make for Golza when you add him to your collection. And as a reference for an Ultraman, here is Nexus Junus. About the same height there. I don't know why he's at an angle, but there we go. Pretty good sizing, I'd say. Now, what if you have some Toho Kaiju? Here is the SH Monster Arts Godzilla. As you can see, Golza is much bigger. Much, much so. But Golza's an enemy, so I guess that's kind of forgivable in a way, if you're looking to mix and mingle your displays. And then here is the Rebeltech Baragon. Yeah, Baragon's a baby. So, overall, Golza is pretty large, but it is in scale with the other Ultra X stuff, and it does fit in with other lines such as the SH Monster Arts, or if you have a few Bandai vinyls. So, Golza. Buy it, skip it, what should you do? Well, it is a Bandai Premium Web Shop exclusive, and it came out in 2011. And it's 2013 now, heading into 2014, so as you could imagine, supplies are starting to dry up, and it is starting to get more and more expensive. So I can only suggest this to die-hard fans of either Ultraman, the Ultra Act line, or if you're just in general a fan of Golza. I was able to get mine for relatively cheap because I got a nice deal on it, and I don't regret picking it up for $86. However, chances are you're going to be spending between $120 to $200 depending on where you look for Golza, if you're just looking at the normal stops such as eBay, Amazon, or if you're getting it from another collector. If you know where to look, though, you can probably get it for cheaper than that. Overall, though, Golza, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I like it. I think it's a nice kaiju to add into my collection, but paying the aftermarket prices and not knowing where to look, I would have to say skip it. For the prices you see it going for on eBay or what some collectors are asking for, more than $120, absolutely not. If you can get Golza for a manageable price range, I would have to say $95 or lower, definitely consider picking it up, because it is a web exclusive, so it is rare, and the sculpting on it is pretty nice. Paint leaves a little bit to be desired, as is accessories, but I really don't think there is such a thing as a perfect release, and Golza is a nice addition to any kaiju collection.